What if Night 310 here, back with another video. We're starting what if Naruto took being a ninja seriously. So for this one, we're going to say Naruto, when he's like very little, he's in the woods and he sees the shinobi being killed. It's a shinobi from another village being killed by a leaf shinobi. This makes him start thinking that being a ninja is serious. It's a life or death situation. So from this point on, he starts training. Eventually, he gets pretty good and is capable of using chakra. He knows by putting chakra into your body parts, you can enhance your limbs. So he uses this to help him in hand-to-hand combat. And he can't wait for the academy where he can learn jutsus. Okay, so Naruto, before the academy starts practicing with kunai and shuriken so he can be better at them, because he knows just hand-to-hand combat's not gonna cut it in most cases. So he figures this will be helpful. Anyway, one day he's walking towards he's walking home from his training ground, and he sees something. A girl being attacked. Naruto jumps in and tells the bullies to stop, or else. They laugh and try to hit him. He catches their fist and slams him on the ground over Naruto's shoulder, and then breaks his arm. And then he pulls out a kunai and says, do you want to try next? While looking at the two bullies. They say no. One of them grabs their friends and they run away. Naruto looks at the girl and asks if she is alright. She says yes, kind of stuttering a bit, and her face is red. He asks, "What's your name?" She says, "Hinata Hyuga." She asks him what's his name. He says, "My name is Naruto Uzumaki. Believe it. I'm gonna be the future Hokage." Because he still wants to be the future Hokage. Anyway, so he starts the academy. And we're gonna say that he finds a scroll saying the Shadow Clone Jutsu. So he has the idea, instead of going to the academy himself, he can just have a clone do it. So he does this for like the first week. Well, no, for the most part of the year. But the last 2 days of the year, he gets found out when Iruka throws an eraser at his head that he wasn't prepared to catch, and when it hits him, poof, Naruto's gone. This surprises everyone, and Iruka waits till the end of the day and goes to the Hokages to tell him. Eventually, Naruto is, they realize Naruto already knows the clone jutsu, so there's no point in keeping him in the academy. So Naruto graduates early, like extremely early. These are his two teammates. Naruto, we're gonna say, was put at the bottom of the class because he's very young. We're gonna say the guy was top and the girl was around dead even. Anyway, so Naruto and the boy and the girl is a Hyuga, and the boy is Inazuka. He's a member of Kiba's clan. So eventually, and for their teacher, it's actually going to be Kakashi. Kakashi gives them the belt test. Now, Naruto, knowing that there's no such thing as a two-main skinning squad, he tells his teammates this, and they believe him because they've never heard of it either, so they all decide to work together. The member of Kiba's clan uses Fang over Fang, while the Hyuga girl runs up behind Kakashi and tries hitting a chakra point. Naruto makes about 20 shadow clones, and they all charge at Kakashi. Kakashi does a few hand signs and does Earth Dome, and then he expands the Earth Dome, destroying the clones and sending the Hyuga and the Inuzuka boy into a tree. Naruto then came out holding a kunai after Kakashi dropped the dome and tries to hit him. Kakashi grabs his hand and flips him over, similar to how he did to the bullies. but before he hits the ground, he kicks Kakashi in the face, actually hitting him, and Naruto is on the ground. Kakashi says, "Congratulations, you all pass," while giving a nice smile. This causes all three of them to be happy. A while passes, and Naruto bugs Kakashi about teaching him a cool jutsu. Kakashi thinks about it and says, "Fine, if you can manage to do a decent amount of damage to me in a fight, I will." Naruto says, "Give me 1 month and you got a deal." No. Anyway, Kakashi goes and talks to the Hokage and says that him and Naruto have made a bet. If Naruto can do decent damage to him in a fight, then Naruto will get decent jutsu. Kakashi says it's unlikely, but if somehow he gets lucky and is able to, he would like Naruto to get the Flying Thunder God. Hiruzen, the third Hokage, says fine, but don't take it easy on him. Kakashi says, "I won't. I'll even be using my Sharingan." Then Hiruzen says, then there's no chance of him getting the jutsu. Why'd you even come and tell me? Just the worst case scenario. We're gonna say over this time, Naruto here looks up his teacher and finds out he's the copy ninja, Kakashi of the Sharingan. He does intensive research into the Sharingan, trying to find out its weaknesses. He finds out one thing. It has the Eye of Insight, which means he can see chakra. Naruto thinks of this and comes up with a jutsu that would kind of make his Sharingan useless and hurt his eyes so he can win. This jutsu is basically him getting up a bunch of his chakra at once and releasing it. He has an idea to make like 10 clones and do this all at once to blind Kakashi. But Naruto knows basically everything about the Uchiha clan and his teacher, even knowing he's a student of the 4th Hokage. So Naruto, a month passes, and Naruto is ready to fight. Naruto did do some training, so he's not too much stronger, but he's a bit faster and stronger. A noticeable amount, but not too much. Anyway, so Naruto asks Kakashi if he's ready. Kakashi says yes and pulls up his headband. Naruto grabs the kunai and throws it on the ground, confusing Kakashi, and then smoke starts emitting out of the kunai, which confuses him even more, until he realizes this was just a transformed smoke bomb, and Naruto was gone. Naruto was hiding behind a tree, made 10 shadow clones, and each one of them did the gathering chakra and releasing it. Naruto noticed when he did this, he could kind of sense things around him. So it would be like a kind of sonar jutsu. Yeah, that's exactly what it'll be. Anyway, this hurts Kakashi's eye because he does have his Sharingan in use. So he covers his eye, and Naruto runs up behind him and kicks him in the head, and then gets him on the ground and holds a kunai to his throat. Naruto's not stronger than Kakashi, but having this jutsu he made means he's able to combat Kakashi while Kakashi's using his Sharingan, which means it's pretty impressive. Especially considering Naruto graduated only after 1 year of being a ninja in the Ninja Academy. So Naruto is kind of seen as a prodigy. Anyway, so Kakashi goes to the third Hokage and tells him. The third Hokage looks visibly surprised and hands Kakashi the scroll, and asks him if he's sure it didn't hold back. He says yes, he made it to where I couldn't use my Sharingan. Surprising the Hokage, and he asked how he did. He said he's not entirely sure, but it looks like he gathered up chakra in his body and released it, kinda blinding the Sharingan. Hiruzen says he's very intelligent, and Kakashi leaves. Naruto gets the scroll and notices it's for a jutsu called the Flying Thunder God. So Naruto decides to train with it for about 2 months, and considering how much chakra, and I'm assuming, we're gonna say he knows the secret of the shadow clones, he's basically able to perfect it to the level of Minato. It doesn't mean he'll be as good as using it, but it costs as much chakra as Minato, and he has a few different ideas on how to use it. Anyway, after a while, Naruto takes the tuning exams, and he passes. He passes with such ease, he actually gets promoted one step above tuning to Jonin. Very, very low level ranking Jonin, but still Jonin. So he gets the vest. He doesn't like wearing it though, so he typically doesn't wear it. Then the third Hokage calls him to his office and tells him that somebody would like him to come with him so he can be trained. This training will last until you're 15? Well, until whenever Naruto would graduate normally out of the academy. Naruto says okay, and Jiraiya comes in and introduces himself. And Naruto doesn't know he's a pervert yet, but he'll find out soon. Anyway, Jiraiya takes Naruto, and Jiraiya first teaches him the Rasengan. Naruto gets it down pretty quickly, actually, considering he knows his trick about the shadow clones. Then he teaches him the summoning jutsu, which Naruto also gets down rather quickly. The rest of the time is spent teaching Naruto stage mode, meaning Naruto will be able to use stage mode perfectly, and we're gonna say Jiraiya ends up taking a step up and learns stage mode perfectly, not wanting to be outdone by a little kid or his student. Anyway, Naruto returns to the village. When Naruto returned from the village, he was requested to go see the Hokage. He does, and the Hokage asked him if he's gotten, how much stronger he's gotten. Naruto said, significantly. The third Hokage asks him to show him. Naruto says, in the office. He says, no, I have someone I want you to spar against. Kakashi is at the window sill. Kakashi enters the room. He says, Kakashi says, Lord Third and Naruto. The third Hokage says, Kakashi, I would like you to spar against Naruto in an all-out fight. Kakashi looks surprised, but says okay. Naruto, the third Hokage says, you are not allowed to use the jutsu where you blind Kakashi. Naruto said fine. So Naruto and Kakashi start fighting. Naruto, still knowing a lot about the Sharingan, even more than Kakashi does, is able to trick the Sharingan by using the Thunder God and a combination of other jutsus. But eventually Naruto realizes that with Kakashi's Sharingan, I'm going to say, since he's taking his training extremely seriously, and he kind of was a prodigy in canon, he just never was properly trained. I'm going to say that they're actually equals right now. So Naruto's incredibly powerful. Naruto makes a couple hundred shadow clones, and the real one, Naruto, runs into the forest, trying to find a place to where he could set a trap. Because he does not want to use stage mode, considering we're going to say he does do the same thing with stage mode where he makes clones, but we're going to say he doesn't want to use it since it's just a cheap power up in his eyes. Naruto sets a few traps, and Kakashi, after destroying the clones, follows him into the woods. With all the traps, Kakashi avoids them, and Naruto uses Rasengan trying to hit Kakashi. Kakashi substitutes, and the wood that Kakashi substituted with is completely destroyed. Naruto then uses the body flicker, getting away, because I'm assuming Jiraiya would teach him that. The reason it wasn't on the images was it was a smaller jutsu. Anyway, Naruto and Jiraiya would now, Kakashi would now get into an intense taijutsu battle. With, at the end, Kakashi ends up charging up a jutsu he made called a jutsu he copied from the third Raikage, lightning mode. Naruto looks impressed by this and decides to ask him how he did it later. For now, he says, since you're using your power-up, I'll use mine. He then closes his eyes, and one of his shadow clones in the Mount Myaboku pops. Naruto opens his eyes, and Kakashi realizes he now has stage mode. Naruto, in stage mode, gets into a fight with Kakashi. Kakashi, using lightning mode, basically gets destroyed by Naruto. Eventually, Naruto wins, and Naruto is appointed of high-rank Jonin, and the third Hokage has an idea. He gives Naruto a bit of a test on the Sharingan. He also gives Kakashi the same test. Naruto does significantly better than Kakashi, to the point where it kind of looks like Kakashi doesn't know anything about the Sharingan. So he then says, it's decided then. Kakashi and Naruto look a bit confused. He then says, Kakashi, you will no longer be an instructor. Causing Kakashi to kind of freak out a little bit. Well, to yell, wait, why won't I be an instructor anymore? He then says, well, the entire reason you are being an instructor for this year was because of your knowledge of the Sharingan and you being able to train somebody in it, and training Sasuke Uchiha. But if Naruto knows more than you, then basically he should be training him to learn more about the Sharingan. Eventually Kakashi then says, yeah, I guess that makes sense. But what about Jutsu? I can probably teach him more than Naruto. Naruto says, how about this? When he awakens his Sharingan, I will send him to you, after giving him some information. That way you can teach him some jutsu related with the Sharingan. Kakashi says, that's fine with me. That's the end for this episode. We're going to start out next episode with Sasuke's perspective at the last day of the academy. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed, and goodbye.